Hello, my name is Dickey, and this is Shy. We're here to talk to you about hydrofracking in upstate New York and Pennsylvania. And we'd like to start off with a couple did you know facts. Did you know that it takes up to 8 million gallons of drinking water to extract the oil from Marcellus Shale, and 100% of that becomes undrinkable due to the chemicals? Only 9 to about 35% of the oil is really extracted and brought home and used in the economy. 90% is water, 0.9% of what they use is sand, and the rest is chemicals. And due to that, cancer and leukemia is directly correlated with it.
If you live within 3/4 of a mile from a hydrofracking site, the benzene used in it is known to have a strong correlation to leukemia. Kids are especially susceptible according to minimal studies done by the EPA.
On a last note, hydrofracking has been going on since 1940s, and it's just pretty strange that I had no idea that was going on, and I don't know how long Shai thought it was going on, but it's just we are unaware that any of this is going on.
There's a lot of discussion going on about the development of natural gas, whether it can be done safely and responsibly. At ExxonMobil, we know the answer is yes. When we design any well, the groundwater is protected by multiple layers of steel and cement. Most wells are over 1.5 miles deep, so there's a tremendous amount of protective rock between the fracking operation and the groundwater. Natural gas is critical to our future. At ExxonMobil, we recognize the challenges and how important it is to do this right.
Fossil fuels are the essence of the current industrial revolution. Fracking only continues the problem of finding alternative forms of energy. We have advanced from being an agrarian economy on the whole to becoming an industrialized economy. The lobbying involved in big business in our Congress is atrocious, but they make enough money to pay off corrupt politicians, which is virtually all that is needed to keep politicians from seeing and hearing injustice. This supposed advancement is not only political but economic, but also societal, because of the power of business in the U.S. For example, the materialist consumerism we take part in leaves no possibility for a sustainable society. This starts with the energy, oil, that literally fuels the materialism we love so much. This then becomes not only a big business problem, but we are socialized as human beings to expect these things, which is exactly what they want, because they continue to make money. Fracking is relevant here because we endorse this materialism. We are at the same time exploited by it. Hundreds of, if not thousands of homes just in the Northeast, in Pennsylvania specifically, are being exploited by powerful fracking companies. These companies have no military or excessive political power, but they do have economic power. So they choose to leech from the world's relatively few and dwindling fossil fuels far below our feet in order to create a quick buck. To them, $1 means more than the hurtful effects that it has on our environment. There have been cases in which water around a fracking site could be lit on fire. To them, $1 means more than the health of the American people. Whereas cancer and other health problems have been highly correlated in areas where fracking is seen. To them, $1 is more important than your political sovereignty, whereas there is a reason for why your government has done very little to look into health issues, but it will then be too late when health effects in relation to fracking become an epidemic. We pay our taxes to our government to check industrial practices so they are safe. To them, $1 is more important than the health and well-being of our children's generation. It is time to realize that it is within our children's generation, if not our own lifetimes, that we will see the serious collapse of an economy and the health of innocent and economically unstable Americans.
I think one of the biggest challenges that the world is facing today is to develop all the energy we need in an environmentally friendly way.
It's going to be vital that we develop all sources of energy to fuel the future growth of the world economy and its growing population. It's going to be oil and gas, coal, nuclear, wind, and solar. We're going to need them all.
One of those examples is liquefied natural gas.
Natural gas is one of the world's cleanest fuels, but most of it is found far from where it's needed.
We have a number of different technologies that we're developing to ensure a reliable supply of natural gas for Europe.
We take the gas, liquefy it,
And that allows us to ship it over enormous distances.
ExxonMobil has found ways to transport as much as 80% more liquefied gas than was possible before, and bring more energy to more people all over the world.
In New York, we have convinced the governor that fracking is detrimental to the environment. It is already so late in the game, but now the Department of Health are being sent to check on the data related to harmful effects from fracking. But they have been forced to sign to confidentiality to not talk about their findings, which seems counterproductive. LNGs, or liquid natural gas, have been banned for the past 40 years. The reason for LNGs being banned from transportation is because in Staten Island, almost 40 years ago, 40 people were killed by an explosion that was created due to a leak in an LNG truck. Only one spark was needed to create this explosion. The methane given off in the air that was leaked out burns twice as hot as gasoline. In addition, the methane here is one of the most powerful heat-trapping gases, and is constantly being given off by the transportation of LNGs. The increase of methane gas in our atmosphere is a dangerous effect of the burning of fossil fuels, because it overheats the earth. In response, Mayor Koch and others have fought to pass laws to stop LNGs from being transported, and made strict regulations that have been upheld for decades. In September of 2013, the DEC, or the Department of Environmental Conservation, dropped new regulations on this law from Staten Island, trying to once again grant the ability to allow these dangerous LNGs back onto the roads due to the increase in fracking. Tremendous amounts of pressure by fracking companies have also forced the hand of the DEC.
With all that said, I would like to point out that we can only do our part, or more. I don't expect to change the world, but I do expect to change the way people think, and ultimately changing the way we as a community think and communicate. LNGs are crucial to our society, but only because we refuse to learn about the environment and what we do to it. I also think that education is key to turning around the world. I personally believe word of mouth and education can be the beginning of a new era.
This new era is nothing more than understanding that if we do what we can and share what we know and struggle, true progress where all parties involved enjoy the benefits. It's possible. It starts with the grassroots movements such as this, as learning about our environment and educating others about it. Remember, nothing gets done without struggle, so let's struggle, let's learn. Let's learn to hear when our environment calls out for us.